Good morning. It's Wednesday morning. We're on Melrose Mountain, 74 degrees. It's partly cloudy right now, but it's still a beautiful day. And we were talking at breakfast about our pets and about our grandchildren and all of those kind of issues. And we realized how much we love them, how much we care about their safety and well-being. It brought me to a place where I was thinking about the story of Abraham and Isaac. It's found over in Genesis chapter 22. Beginning at verse 1, it says, "Now it came about after these things that God tested Abraham and said to him, 'Abraham.' And he said, 'Here I am.' And he said, 'Now take your son, your only son, whom you love, Isaac, and go to the land of Moriah and offer him there as a burnt offering on one of the mountains which I will tell you.'" Can you imagine having an only child, one that you loved, that you'd waited so patiently for all of those years, and then being asked to take that child and sacrifice the child? I mean, I just can't even begin to imagine what that must have been like. And so the story continues in verse 7. It says, "Isaac spoke to Abraham his father as they were headed up to the mountain. And he said, 'Father.' And he said, 'Here I am, my son.' And he said, 'Behold, the fire and the wood. Where is the lamb for the burnt offering?' Abraham said, 'God will provide for himself the lamb for the burnt offering, my son.' So the two of them walked on together." Can you picture that in your mind? A father and a son, and the son asking, "Where is the lamb?" And the father saying with confidence, "God will provide the lamb." Then it goes on in verse 9 and it says, "Then they came to the place which God had told him, and Abraham built the altar and arranged the wood and bound his son Isaac and laid him on the altar." Now, this is the part that always bothers me because, as a father, I can try to picture this in my own mind. It says Abraham had a knife and he stretched out his hand and took the knife to slay his son. And I'd say, how could any father possibly sacrifice their son? But you see, the whole story is typology so that we might appreciate what God did for us through Jesus. God's only son, Jesus, an offering for the sins of mankind, an offering that would be slain on a cross, not on an altar of fire, and not with a knife, but with a spear and with nails. There he would shed his blood and die for us. How do I know that's typology and that it's a picture? Well, because of verse 18 in Genesis 22. "In your seed," that is Isaac, "all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because you have obeyed my voice." You see, Jesus was in the lineage of Abraham and Isaac, and it was going to be through his seed that we would be blessed. We would have the perfect sacrifice. Now, Isaac wouldn't have been the perfect sacrifice. He would not have been able to be the one who died for us for our sins. But Jesus, who was without sin, God's only son, he was sacrificed for us. I hope that you'll meditate on that today. I hope that you'll remember what an incredible thing that was when God sacrificed his son, just as Abraham was tested by God to see if he was willing to do whatever God said. Of course, we know that God didn't allow him to sacrifice Isaac. I'm so glad that that's not the way the story ended. They had a replacement sacrifice animal, and we too have a replacement sacrifice with Jesus Christ. Think about that today, the great price that God paid for our salvation and the offering of his son, his only son, Jesus. God bless you and have a wonderful day.